Hi guys, please be careful with who you call your friend or who you choose as your friend. Some people will try to tell you who you are and what you are not. And it can make you miss out on your blessings by listening to them. I've been told, oh, you're so stubborn, you're so bullheaded. Let me tell you, when people tell you that, they don't want you to think for yourself. They want to think for you. And when they can't, that's a statement that they'll quickly use. Oh, you're such a knucklehead and you're so stubborn. Yes, I am. I am. Because you're not going to control me. I don't allow people to control me with their stuff, their cars, their homes, or anything else. Because anything that I want, my Father will provide for me. The only thing I have to do is ask, believe, and receive, and go for it. I don't care what nobody says. Ask, believe, and receive is in the Bible so many times. We don't have to be jealous of one another. But you know what? You have a lot of people out here calling themselves your friend. They are. At this age in my life, my belief is that when somebody says something trying to put you down or saying something negative to you or about you, they mean it. I don't care how much they say, that ain't what I meant. You a lie. You meant it. Because what's in your heart comes through the mouth. What's in a person's heart already will come out of their mouth when they get the chance to. And if you don't nip it in the bud the first time or the second time, they'll continue. I'll give a person 1 or 2 chances. After then, I'm done. I can't continue on. There is no way. Because I'm too old not to realize when someone has a jealous spirit. Been there, done that. And because I have a discerning spirit, God already prepares me for a lot of foolishness before it's even thrown my way. And you're not going to call yourself trying to call me out or front me out or whatever because of how you feel. No, you're not finna do it. I have dealt with so much foolishness in my life and allowing people to get by with certain things. I just will not do it anymore. If you're grown, act like you're grown. When you call yourself a friend of someone, you don't try to front that person and disrespect that person. I won't put up with it. I've had too much disrespect in my life to put up with 1 second more. Especially if I'm not disrespecting you. You're not going to disrespect me. I don't care how stubborn and bullheaded you think I am. I'm going to tell you something. If you just pay attention, I mean really pay attention to people, they let you know who you are to them. Because they drop hints by their actions, by their words, by their tone. And when you hear certain things and you see them act a certain way and do certain things, you better start making your exit away from them. I don't care if they're in church or whatever, because some of the biggest hypocrites are in church. They will stand up in the pulpit They will stand up in the front of the church, get the service started, and they are full of it. I mean, full of it. When I lived in Georgia, before I got my van, one of my church members picked me up every Sunday and every Wednesday. And every Sunday and every Wednesday, I had to hear this woman talk about the pastor and his wife. The pastor and his wife. And I thought to myself, what is her problem with the pastor and his wife? He married, his first wife died, and I helped him so, and I helped him with his kids and everything. But he went and married Pretty Tail. Okay? He married who he wanted to marry. But it wasn't until he left his wife that I figured out what her problem was. Her problem was she did all of this thinking she was helping him after his first wife passed and thought she was going to be the next first lady in line because she had been a first lady before. She talked about that man, his wife, and their kids like a dog. And I often would ask myself, if you feel that much hate for this man, why are you still going to his church? But it wasn't until he left his wife. Where did he end up? With her. And the ex-wife saw them one day and said something. Oh, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy. No, she wasn't crazy. You wanted him all along, and you know it. He was always wanting to know where his wife was. He had to know where she was 24/7 if she wasn't with him or she wasn't at home. And you know why men do that? Because they know what they're doing. They want to make sure that you're nowhere around them to catch them in the act. That's why they always accusing you of something, always calling, trying to find out where you're at, because they know what they doing. It wasn't accidental that he left his wife and went straight to her. These are church folks. You have to be careful who your friends are. You don't know who has a strong resentment toward you. You call yourself trying to help people, and that's what you think you're doing. You think you're helping them when they need something, or if they get a house, you're happy for them. You go buying them housewarming gifts, not once but twice. But when you get a place, you get nothing. You kind of get a stank face. You don't even get a congratulations. They are letting you know that ain't what they want for you. I tell you, the amount of disrespect that I received when I was going through hell from family and so-called friends, I will never forget. You know, they say nobody wants you when you're down and out. That's a true saying. I'm very careful about who I consider friends now. Frankly, I don't need them. I got God. I don't need no friends. Because I've been stabbed in the back too many times. I was in jail once trying to help a friend. And that friend let me know what they did intentionally. And would hope that I would lose everything. Just like they did when somebody did the same thing to them. Told me I didn't know God, but I got out of jail. I didn't lose anything. My mama using witchcraft on me for years, abused me for years, put me out at 16, gave me something in a little brown paper bag to take a bath in when I was pregnant. And people think I'm supposed to trust them? If I can't even trust my own mama, I can't trust people. The Bible tells us not to trust anyone, not to trust no man. And I don't. I used to, but I don't now. I had a roommate that she took me in when I really needed a place. She moved me right into her apartment, but she had a plan for me. Because she knew I was disabled. She knew I had filed for disability. And the minute I started getting my disability, for some reason, she thought my income was her income. And she was keeping me broke. And people do that when you're living in their household, so you can't make a move to leave their household. But you see, I made a move anyway. Because I wasn't going to let her imprison me. You wouldn't want me to imprison you. So what makes you think that somebody is so weak, they're going to allow you to imprison them? I knew what she was trying to do all along. And I'm telling you, you got to think for yourself. Think for yourself. Forget people's feelings. When it's time for you to make a change and do something for you, for your peace of mind, you better do it. You ain't got time to be sitting back worried about somebody else's feelings. Or they worried about yours. No, they're not. Because if they were, they wouldn't be acting and treating you with disrespect the way that they do. So why are you worried about their feelings? Years ago, people used to say and do all kind of things to me, and I never would say a word until I had a nervous breakdown. And the doctor asked me, he says, well, why don't you say something back to them? Why don't you let them know that they hurt your feelings? Why don't you say exactly something back to them hurtful the way they hurt you? And I was like, I just can't. And he was like, why not? They don't mind hurting your feelings. You better learn to return the favor. And I have. And people hate it. They hate it. I can remember this one lady that I work with. She was always saying hurtful things to me. Nasty things. She just had a nasty attitude. And when I learned to return the favor, she said something to me one day, and I returned the favor. You know, they had the nerve to say, you hurt my feelings. I was shocked. I said, excuse me? Did you just say I hurt your feelings? You've been hurting my feelings all of this time. And now because I did the same thing to you, your feelings hurt. I told her, I says, well, you know what? Your feelings going to be hurt a lot in the future. Because every time you say something stupid to me, like you have been doing in the past, I'm going to return the favor. Stopped her in her tracks. See, people, they can open their mouth and say whatever they want to say to you. But when you do it back to them, don't talk to me that way. You hurt my feelings. Okay, so it's okay for you to do it to me? And it's not okay for me to do it back to you? That's a bunch of bull. Pay attention to who you surround yourself with. Pay attention to the way they treat you. Pay attention to the things that they're doing. I would rather be a loner than to be around fake folks any day of the week. Not going to put up with it anymore, not at this age. No, I have a discerning spirit. And my spirit lets me know who I should be around and who I should stay away from. Guys, take this to heart. I don't care if they're your family, friends, or whatever. When you don't want to be around them because of disrespect, it's okay to separate yourself from them. Do it quick, and be at peace. Be blessed, guys.